Hello everyone, welcome to Community Distance Reiki. It's wonderful to have you here today. My name's Danielle Stimpson. I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia, and I can't wait to share some crystals and Reiki healing with all of you. If you're new here, go ahead and click that live chat button. Feel free to introduce yourself, set any requests for your personal healing or well-being. We're going to get things started off by building a beautiful crystal grid with all of your requests in mind. And after that, we're going to transition into some distance Reiki, where I will send some Reiki to you whenever and wherever you happen to be. So also, I wanted to let you know that I'm celebrating my 15th anniversary of teaching Usui Reiki, and I want to extend some definite savings to all of you. If you want to learn more about my live online Reiki certification classes, if you want to schedule a one-on-one healing or tarot reading, or if you want to shop my Reiki charged crystals, head on over to LearnReikiPhiladelphia.com, which is linked in the description, and I invite you to use the coupon code 15years, all one word, no spaces, 15years, and you will save 15% on all 2023 Reiki classes, all distance services, most in-person services, and all crystals. So that is through the 1st of October, and today is October 22nd, 2023. So thanks again, all of you, for being here. I really appreciate all of your love and support. Let's go ahead and take a peek at those crystals. Awesome. So still getting settled in. Pardon while I... There we go. Adjust. Still keep bumping into my camera. Oh, we have a Gertie that wants to say hello. Do you want to say hello? Oh, the booba. Hi. Yeah. Well, hello, Lori and Dell. I hope you are doing well. Oh, it seems like it was 14 years yesterday. It was 14 years earlier this month. There we go. Oh, shake that tail. There we go. So Gertie has a hello for all of you. There it was. And Hattie is bopping around. And so we're starting our grid with copper in the middle. We have a copper spiral here. Copper helps to break up blockages, get the energy flowing. Also wonderful for including the spiral, which is sacred to healers. And we will go ahead and bring that in. And let's go ahead and bring in some intentions. I am still unpacking my crystals. I hope to really focus and get them all unpacked this weekend, but there are still a few missing from my usual collection. So I will grab everything that you want that I possibly can find. So let's go ahead and say hello. Oh, hey, Sue. I hope you're doing well. Lots of love to you, Greg, and I'm so sorry. It's not Duncan. Remind me of your cat's name. I'm so sorry. I can't believe I don't remember that. Oh, and here we go. Now you can see me. Okay, let's see. Let's see. I haven't found my jade or my opal, but I do have Larimer, ruby, rhodonite, emerald, ruby, rhodonite, emerald, peacock ore, azurite, and rose quartz. I did have azurite. Where did it go? There it is. Awesome. Okay. And let's go ahead and start there. Awesome. So good to see you all. So let's go ahead and start with the rose quartz. Wonderful for the heart chakra and everything unconditional love. This is a very potent healer of the heart center. This helps us to reacclimate to the whole vibe of unconditional love and that we deserve love. If you're struggling with any of that, rose quartz can help kind of recalibrate things, which makes us ultimately have a much easier time letting go of pain and things that no longer serve, making room for more of that unconditional love. So if you feel emotionally depleted, that is a very potent stone to help you, and that is rose quartz. We also have some Larimer. Dexter, gotcha. I'm so sorry. Dexter, Greg, family conflict with your niece. Oh no, cardiac issue. Okay. Oh no, I don't have rainbow obsidian. I'm so sorry, Lila Ray. I have almost all other kinds of obsidian, but rainbow obsidian. And I have almost everything that Dell is requesting. Let me know, Lila Ray, if there's a different stone you'd like, or if you have a different focus and I could suggest one. It's totally up to you. So Larimer helps with connection to our soul's purpose, our spiritual purpose in general, and helps to support us to follow our soul's purpose with confidence, even when we're on those parts of our path where we feel completely alone and almost without guidance. Even though guidance is there, walking a path that's never been walked by anyone before, which is absolutely the case when you're doing your spiritual purpose, you can use all the support you can get. This one reminds you of all the things that you are brilliant at and all of the beauty that you can bring with putting your gifts into the world. So that is Larimer. I'm wearing Larimer right now, as a matter of fact. But yeah, also helps with separating the ego from the self, and with that kind of pioneering attitude about anything that has to do with your soul's purpose. We also have some rhodonite, which is wonderful for healing the cracks of a broken heart. So you can open your heart to accepting love once again. It's helpful for breakups and divorce. It's also wonderful for healing insecurities and also any healing related to past emotional abuse. This can be really supportive for the lungs, allergies, autoimmune stuff, and asthma, all of which are definitely things in my world. I work with this stone quite a bit. It also helps with balancing yin and yang in the body. And oh, I have another kitty visitor. Hello. Oh, it's a Hattie. Hello, Hattie cat. Yeah. You mewing at me? You mewing at me? What you mewing about? What are you mewing about? Yeah. Oh, there you go. You know it's Reiki time. You always know when it's Reiki time. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Okay, so let's do... Next we will get into some ruby. You have to share me right now, Hattie Cat. Ruby is wonderful for love, fertility, and also courage. The courage especially to be yourself. This is a wonderful stone for any kind of leadership skills, your inner manager kind of coming out, and for, it's thought to be really helpful for fibromyalgia pain. So we'll go ahead and bring in that beautiful ruby. There we go. Next is emerald. Oh, hi. Are you demanding my attention? Emerald helps with healing the skin and tissue. Wonderful if you've had an injury or an illness or surgery. Also helpful for the upper respiratory tract, breathing, every aspect of the cardiopulmonary system. It can be really helpful for. Great for restoring confidence about things that we've maybe even been teased about in the past. And it's superb for kind of reinvigorating our sense of excitement and joy and just zest for life. So if you feel like you've been sort of on a down spiral, just sort of like in the dumps, this is a good like kind of boost of motivation and excitement. So that is emerald. Azurite is a stone that we've been working with quite a bit recently. This can help quite a bit with awakening the spiritual self. It's very connected with the third eye as well as the crown. It helps with insight as well as intuition and creativity as well. It helps to relieve indecision, and it breaks down worry. It's very supportive, brings through a lot of spiritual wisdom and connection with your guides, as well as calming the mind while you're meditating. Also good for spinal alignment and any kind of muscle spasms and tics. So it dissolves a lot of blockages too. So we'll put azurite right there. Azurite is found very close to malachite and chrysocolla, other stones that we often use. Peacock ore, I still have to spend more time with because there's just so much depth to this stone. Also goes by, so peacock ore, chalcopyrite, both this stone. It can look more like a goldish color with some blue, or like this. And it's a stone of rebirth and birth, oftentimes really associated with like labor and delivery, but also for executive function, clarity of thought, planning, and strategy. So that is peacock ore or chalcopyrite. Very spiritual stone too. We'll put that right on our copper there. This is a stone that is easily becoming one of our favorites. And Lila Ray, cutting ties to the past. Okay, cool. We can definitely do some work on that. Let's get to Dell. Clear quartz, grain of entering, Kambaba stone. Awesome. Clear quartz, aventurine, Kambaba. I love that we're really getting into Kambaba stone lately. Sorry for the background noise there. And we've got green kyanite, blue kyanite, shungite. Indigo, gabbro, prehnite. Let's start with these. So Kambaba stone is actually fossilized blue-green algae, and it's wonderful for our connection to nature and healing any kind of geologic issues, which clearly the earth is crying right now. Definitely helpful for that, as well as the growth of plants and crops. It's also wonderful for connecting to our ancestral homeland and connecting to our ancestors, as well as helping us to learn the languages of our ancestors, but really any language in general. Also wonderful for meditation, calming the mind during meditation, and for courage and confidence. That's what I meant to find. Courage and confidence. But yeah, this is a beautiful stone if you want to connect with your ancestors, if you know that there's been geologic issues around you, the impacts of climate change. This is a superb stone to call on. So that is Kambaba stone. Often goes by Kambaba jasper, even though it's not technically a jasper. But it is the same stone. Indigo gabbro also goes by mystic merlinite. And here we go. So that is indigo gabbro. This can help with everything from menstrual stuff, period pain, menopause too. So lots of women's issues, but also on a larger level, this is a stone that can help us through healing really deep emotional wounds, including the things like mental patterns that are getting in our way that we don't even see, which is often referred to as shadow healing. That's healing the parts of ourselves that we don't necessarily see right out in the open. This can help with intuition, dreams, meditation, and just finding the ways that we get in our own way and kind of trip ourselves up. So that is indigo gabbro or mystic merlinite. We'll put that on top of our rose quartz. Green aventurine helps to encourage us to see the greatest version of ourselves, where we might be kind of selling ourselves short in terms of potential. This one really awakens us to the idea that, maybe we're more capable than we think. Also helps with heart rhythms, allergies, eye problems, and fertility. But yeah, in general, if you're like, I can't do that. I'd love to do this. Oh, but I could never do it. That's beyond my capability. This is a stone that encourages you to go ahead and give it a shot. So that is green aventurine. Asthma and allergies. Yeah, we've got emerald and we've got rhodonite. They're the stones that I work with the most for asthma, because I struggle with that too. I'm also going to bring in some pyrite. Pyrite helps the lungs too. It's also wonderful for intuition as well as protection at the same time. Wonderful for fever too, but also the brain, specifically memory. And it's thought to help the body make the most of a Reiki session. This is also often recommended as a gift for folks going through radiation therapy. It's thought to help prevent some of the side effects. So that is pyrite. All the best to you with the asthma. We're also going to put in some green kyanite. This will help. So yeah, green kyanite, everything to do with the lungs. There we go. Oh, hi. Hi there, Gertie. You're back again. Yeah, throat, chest, lungs, heart, the whole cardiopulmonary system. Very complementary to emerald in that way. This is also a very spiritual stone. It helps to balance the physical realities, your day-to-day world, your mundane stuff, with your more spiritual and intuitive side. So you can live life as more of a whole balance of both. Great for wisdom, intuition, and connection with plants and nature. So lots of green stones so far. Oh, hello. Do you want to come up too, Gertie? My lap is only so big. Oh, I'm sorry. You get some scratches. Okay. And with blue kyanite, for some contrast, this is a stone that helps us to connect with our intuition and our spiritual guidance, and in particular helps us to better understand the guidance that's coming through. So if you're getting dreams or messages in your meditations and you just can't seem to understand them, reach for some blue kyanite. Also really helpful for self-acceptance, pretty much bar none anything. Loving yourself exactly as you are, blue kyanite. Also helpful for neurological care and in general, especially if any kind of neurologic stuff that involves, neurologic stuff in particular that involves mobility or speech. So that is blue kyanite. Okay, there we go. And yeah, the cats are struggling with the concept that they are now too fully grown. They both can't fit on my lap at the same time. And so they've even been kind of fighty with each other over it. Oh. Oh. It's okay. Hey, Gertie. Gertie. Let's see. Shungite helps with physical recovery, tissue repair, as well as relieving stress, emotional blocks, and energy blocks in general. This is a powerful stone to help clear the energy field, and if you're sensitive to electromagnetic fields, this is a super duper stone for you. I definitely grab some. This also helps in general with just emotional pain all over. So that is shungite. So let's put some here and here. Always love putting some shungite on the outside of the grid right there. Prehnite helps with spiritual learning and teaching. And it's also another stone that's wonderful for helping calm the mind during meditation. Helpful also to refuse unfair demands if you have a hard time saying no. Prehnite can be very helpful. And it also helps with intuition, lucid dreaming, shamanic journeying, visionary meditation, any kind of intentional intuition kind of practices is prehnite. So we'll bring that in too. Okay. Hey, how you doing, Patty? And or Key? Violet Integration. And Catherine, I hope that you're feeling better for sure. Okay. Some kind of cardiac issue. Definitely these two stones can be helpful. Rhodonite as well as aventurine, more aventurine, and unakite can help with circulation. Also wonderful for everything women's health wise, whether it's onset of menses or menopause, pregnancy, labor, delivery, healthy romance and relationships, especially a healthy marriage. Wonderful for the heart and circulation, like I mentioned, but even in a larger way of thinking of circulation, all the fluids of the body, as well as metabolism. So this is a stone too that's often used for quitting smoking and really any kind of addiction or compulsion issue. So that is Unakite. So I hope that that helps, Susan, with your niece. And we'll also bring in some selenite and Super 7. In Super 7, I haven't spent a lot of time with yet, so I'm going to go ahead and look up what some other folks think. Okay, not in there. So page 307 of Cassandra Eason, the Complete Crystal Handbook, which I highly recommend, especially if you don't have any books on crystals and you want a really good comprehensive first book. This is great. So from this book, she talks about Super 7, which by the way was a gift to us from Chris. Super 7 is wonderful for, on the emotional healing level, giving confidence to be ourselves rather than trying to please others. Healing for children who have been made to feel less than or kind of bad. Wonderful for the crown and all chakras, and may help illness for which there is no cure or where the prognosis isn't great. Reminds you when you're working, reminds you why you're working. It helps you to be reminded of your goals as you go through the tasks of getting the job done, and also helps with the focus on the things in life that really matter. More about like smelling, I would summarize it as like taking time to smell the roses as you go through life, not just wishing for the next thing to happen. Hey, you want to come up? You want to come back up? Come on up. Yeah, there's room. Yeah, good job, Gertie. Okay, so let's bring out that Super 7. Nope. Yeah, you want to play with something? You want to play with that? Okay, so that is the beautiful Super 7. Thanks again to Chris for blessing us with this, as well as the peacock ore. So let's go ahead and put this in here. Oh, are you headbutting me for attention? Yes, you are. Okay. You both are. We played toys for an hour this morning. It still wasn't enough. Okay. And selenite, I always keep a large stick of it at the foot of the grid just off camera. This is a wonderful stone for reflecting nothing but pure white light. This helps to keep the energy of a space pure and clean. If you're struggling with, well, how do I clear all of the energy from my crystals, and which ones can I put in water, which ones do smoke and sunlight, and yeah. Get yourself a nice piece of selenite and go ahead and just put your crystals on it for a couple hours at a time. It does a great job clearing them. Just make sure this one does not go in water. Great for connecting with your spirit guides and helpers. So we've got that too. So, okay, cool. So we've got some, hey Chris, I hope you're doing well. Joanna Sparkles, lots of love to you. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, Rainbow Moonstone, I love it too, but I don't have any, unfortunately. Rainbow Moonstone, I might have. We had a request for Rainbow Obsidian, and I don't have that. Okay, so cutting ties to the past and moving forward. Gotcha. malachite is really powerful for the emotional aspects of healing what's left unhealed so that you can move forward without dragging that extra weight with you. Wonderful for inflammation, arthritis, pain too, but also great for depressed mood in general, anxiety, as well as thought to be really helpful for the liver, pancreas, and spleen, and in general processing really difficult emotions. So that is malachite. So let's go ahead and bring that in here and here. Okay. And what else is next? Another good one for kind of leaving the past in the past and moving forward. I often like to work with chrysoprase for that. This is a stone that can be really helpful for any time that we need to move forward despite any kind of loss, disappointment, or in general just sort of hurt. It's also great for things like burnout. It's one that helps us to see where we are, like if you've lost the forest for the trees kind of stone. If you are going through something like loss or, closure of a business, loss of job, end of relationship, this is a stone that reminds you that you are not at a complete loss. You've learned a lot along the way that can serve you well in the future. So it's great for kind of pivoting in life. But more than anything, like picking up the pieces and moving forward. So that's chrysoprase. So let's go ahead and place this one. Let's see, here and here. Okay. And wonderful. Thank you for being here, Lila Ray. Intention of acceptance and comfort. You got it. Goddess of Four, Kanta, good to see you both. Acceptance and comfort. Definitely rhodonite will be helpful for comfort, like emotional comfort, as will rose quartz that's in there. I'm going to also bring in bloodstone. So mookaite is helpful for making decisions and accepting change. It's also helpful for boosting the immune system, helping to calm down digestion, and great for bladder pain. So let's go ahead and place these here. For emotional, like overwhelm, despair, we have bloodstone, which also goes by the name heliotrope. This is a stone that helps with the heart chakra as well as the root at the same time. So if you feel like you've had a really devastating emotional upset that feels like it kind of rocks your whole world, this is a great stone. One of my emotional stuff hits the fan kind of stones. Great for lifting despair, emotional stamina, and perseverance through really difficult times. So we'll bring that in. Also, another one that helps to calm the mind during meditation and helps to relieve a considerable amount of self-doubt. So there is bloodstone. Okay, lots of love to you, hon. Red tiger eye and amazonite, aquamarine. Red tiger eye, amazonite, aquamarine. And for woman stones, we definitely have some, we have ruby and we have unakite too. Red tiger eye is very, very protective, spiritually and in the mundane ways. This is also a stone that helps with that. It's a great anti-bullying stone in general, but it's also a stone that helps to call in money with a quickness. So if you need quick financial relief, red tiger eye is an excellent choice. Amazonite is helpful for encouraging self-care. And bringing in quite a bit of calm. This is also helpful for the spine and spinal nerves. So we will bring this in. Yeah, anybody that tends to put others before themselves and then runs at a deficit, this is a great stone to help bring in that balance. It's my favorite stone to recommend to folks that are in the care professions like nursing or even teaching to an extent. Aquamarine is helpful for balancing fluids in the body and helping with the teeth and gums. This is also helpful for forgiveness and deflecting really like childish behavior like pettiness and people who are already angry and looking to take it out at someone else. Like we jokingly call it the anti-Karen stone. Wonderful for all of the above. Also great for bringing about justice, a sense of justice. So let's go ahead and bring this in. Let's bring this in right here. There we go. So that is aquamarine. Dell, I don't have green garnet or gossamer garnet, unfortunately, but I do have garnet. Wonderful for organization and in a way using your time and energy wisely. This is a stone that is very practical. It helps you to see the best way to get things done, even if it's different from the way that you're used to doing them. So if you're looking for a way to revisit old things, definitely garnet. Also really wonderful for finding balance and strength when everything is kind of shifting and in flux. Great for organization. If anyone's got some organization planned for the weekend, garnet is a buddy for sure. And for a lot of creativity and courage. A really stabilizing, grounding earth stone. Infinite I don't have either. Labradorite and lapis I certainly do. Lapis, labradorite. Labradorite helps with better sleep, as well as clairvoyance, which is our spiritual sight. This is also fantastic for research and study, so anyone that's back to school, this can be really helpful. Oh, you bored of me? Yeah. Bye, Gertie. It also helps with workplace harmony and calming disputes, too. Wonderful for detailed attention to like really fine things. If you are someone who does like coding or programming, I'd recommend this stone in a heartbeat. Let's actually put these stones here, here. There we go. There we go. So that is labradorite. Yeah, definitely a stone that helps us to use our spiritual sight. Okay. But yeah, you're programming, anything like that, that helps you have that fine attention to details, finding any small errors in a lot of data. Needle in a haystack stuff for sure. Lapis is wonderful for, again, if you're doing any kind of organization projects this weekend, lapis and garnet for sure. This one also helps with open, honest communication, like deep stone of communicating truth. Also really helpful for personal responsibility, meeting our commitments, and in general, just a sense of integrity. Also really helpful for vertigo and the inner ears, and for career improvement. So anybody with intentions around career, lapis can be very, very helpful. Okay, so there we go. That's lapis. Rainbow moonstone, I believe I have. Hi, Lisa. Okay, cool. Hey, Barbie. I hope you're doing well. I can definitely support that. I will get to that for sure. Awesome. Lots of synchronicity for sure. Okay. And let's do some rainbow moonstone if I can find it. Thought I saw it. Unfortunately, no, I don't think I do. Ah, yes, hello. You want back up now? You don't know what you want, you're at loose ends. Unfortunately, no, I haven't unpacked my rainbow moonstone yet. I'm so sorry. Let's see. I do have regular moonstone, though. Let's bring that in. So this is helpful for connection to lunar cycles and really all the rhythms, cycles, and patterns of nature. If you want to get connected to divine timing and trusting divine timing, this stone can be really, really helpful. It's also very protective of women and women's health, as well as old practices and methods of spirituality, including wise women traditions for sure. Wonderful for releasing patterns, very protective of anyone who might be traveling, and helps to attract love in a big way. Also wonderful for intuition in general, just awareness. Moonstone and labradorite are very closely related in terms of nature, in terms of how they're formed in the earth. They have a lot of connections. There we go. And welcome in, everybody. Oh, and thank you for all of the likes, everyone. I really appreciate it. And okay, and I don't have Mother of Pearl. Septarian and Painstones too. We've got our good buddy malachite and lapis, which can really both help with pain. Lapis also helps with inflammation, as does malachite. Let's go ahead and bring in Septarian. This can be a really helpful stone with muscle spasms and muscle pain as well. And for skin wounds, especially ones that are really resistant to healing. This can also help with emotional work, especially deep emotional work, deep mental emotional kind of stuff if you are trying to find the deeper root causes of your behaviors and your feelings. This is a great stone to work with. It helps support us through being vulnerable, and it can really help illuminate those deep root causes of why we are the way we are and act the way we act. This also helps with the solar plexus and your center of self-identity and free will. So let's see, where do we want to place these guys? We can place them right here on the outside of Kambaba stone. Wonderful, so thank you for requesting that. And I will definitely focus this weekend on doing a lot of unpacking and finding the rest of my crystals. Let's see, Chris, let's bring in some of your requests. So we've got a lot of your crystals already. Definitely bringing in the carnelian. Carnelian, rutilated, Herkimer. And for those of you who might be new, feel free to come on and just click the live chat button. You can put any request for your personal healing or well-being, and you can either have me select the stones or you can request them. And if I have them, I'll happily add them. And let's see. Sapphire we got, green aventurine, pyrite's in there. We got a lot of your crystals already. So let's bring in some citrine. This helps with financial abundance, bringing that bringing that cash in. Oh, it's a Hattie. They're all about the Reiki today. Yes, you are. Do you want to say hello? Do you want to say hello? Your sister did. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. You got to watch some cat TV. You watched Birdies and Rabbits this morning? Yes? Yes, you did. So as I was saying, citrine, wonderful for bringing in financial abundance and wealth, resource stability also, and for making good financial decisions. This stone can also help with addictions and compulsions, as well as balancing logic with intuition, which is a very underrated feature of this stone. I very much appreciate that quality of citrine. There we go. Rutilated quartz can help with bringing energy, like physical energy, a little bit more vitality. Also helpful for focusing the mind, and focusing healing energies, focusing intentions. This is often thought of as a beautiful gift for folks that are going through cancer treatments, with the intention of it being, I hope this helps you find some energy and that all of the healing that you're getting goes to where it's most helpful. So here we go. Let's go ahead and place you. Ooh, and I hear a beautiful crow outside. Let's see, put you two here. Wonderful. So that is rutilated quartz. Herkimer is very helpful for manifesting and for connection to spirit and intuition. A lot of crown and third eye kind of energy, but also it can be quite grounding in its own way. Very much helps with being in the present moment. It's wonderful for balancing energies that just feel disharmonious. If things just kind of aren't gelling, keep some of this around. Wonderful too for metabolism. So we can bring that in for anyone with that intention. So that is Herkimer diamond, which is a type of clear quartz that formed in the earth near the Herkimer, New York region. And sapphire. This is a potent stone of intuitive connection to mediumship and channeling, connection to our angels and spirit guides as well. This helps with the thyroid, as well as it's thought to help with dementia, the individual struggling with it, as well as those who care for them. The eyes and the ears, wonderful too for envisioning really good positive outcomes when everything just seems like it's up in the air. And it's kind of difficult to struggle on that positivity. But this is a very high vibrational intuitive stone. So let's see, where shall we place you? Let's bring you here, and here, and here, and here. Superb. And we've gotten almost all the rest. Rhodochrosite and blue apatite. So rhodochrosite helps with mother-baby bonding and any kind of maternal, parental kind of wounds. It's also helpful for asthma. So definitely there for, I think it was Catherine. So this is another asthma stone. Helpful for the heart and circulation. So I'm thinking about Susan's niece there. And wonderful for connection to our ancestors as well as our pets, as well as telepathy and really strong intuitive connections. Great too for stress headaches. So that is rhodochrosite. Blue apatite helps with, as the name would kind of suggest, our relationship with food. Whether it's gaining weight, losing weight, or just improving our relationship with food, this is a great stone to work with. Also very helpful for illuminating our soul's purpose and giving us the courage to work with it and walk along that path. Very complementary to what Larimer was for. Also great for strengthening our auric field. So for those of you who are empathic and you tend to take on the energy of others, this is a stone that can help you refrain from doing that quite so easily. And also great for harmony and peace. So let's bring in that blue apatite, which will be in the crystal shop soon. And by the way, the anniversary sale is on. I know I've been mentioning that. So right now, if you head on over to learnreikiphiladelphia.com, which is linked in the description, you can use coupon code 15years. That's 15 years, all one word, but with the numbers. 15 years, no spaces. Use that to save 15% on all distance services, including tarot readings and distance Reiki, all Reiki classes for the rest of this year, 2023, all in-person sessions that are 2 hours or longer, and all crystals. So that is 15 years, because it's 15 years since I taught my first Usui Reiki class. So that is the coupon code in the chat right now. So, yay. Thank you for being a part of my 15-year anniversary, everyone. I really appreciate you. So let's see what else we have here. Okay, wonderful. And thank you for being here, Chris. And we've got all the rest of your stones in there. And we've got Goddess of Four. Healing for your brother-in-law who's in the hospital. Oh, sorry to hear that. Fast money and abundance, weight loss, more energy. Oh, good, we've got that covered. Fast money, we have red tiger eye. And for just money abundance, we have citrine and pyrite in there. For abundance, the same. Weight loss, definitely blue apatite. And more energy, definitely rutilated. Let's go ahead and bring in iolite, which I think Chris also requested. This is another stone that can help with weight loss if that happens to be a goal of yours. It's also really potent when it comes to intuition, your spiritual sight, your clairvoyance. Great for shamanic work, visionary meditation, anything like that. Also helps with intuitive-based sleep disturbances, like if you need to ground before bedtime. And in general, too, money management as well as fever. So that's iolite. So we can place you. Let's see, we'll slide these down a bit. Put this here and here. So that is iolite. Awesome. So all the best to you, Goddess of Four. Definitely energy is rutilated. And Goddess of Four also angelite, red tiger eyes in there. Selenite's in there. Celestite. Angelite. Black tourmaline. Black tourmaline helps to repel any kind of negative energy. This can be really helpful for anyone that's empathic, anyone that's really sensitive to the energies around them, to kind of keep that energy at bay. I've gone as far as crushing this up and sewing it into curtains, and it works like a charm. It worked. It was South Philly tested and approved, so you know it works. But definitely, this is black tourmaline. These are from the crystal shop. My crystal shop, actually. So let's see. I like to put these around the outside of the grid to keep our energy nice and clear. So let's go ahead and do that. Awesome. Love it. Angelite is, as the name would suggest, very connected with our angels. It helps us to have quite a bit of high-level spiritual protection and helps you to feel connected to Source. This is one that helps to improve your experience in sound healing as well. But yeah, wonderful for angelic work, connection to guides and spirits. Let's go ahead and place a nice big piece here. So that is angelite. Celestite, which is what happens when angelite is in the Earth's surface for a little bit more time, it turns into celestite. So they're very closely related. This is a stone that helps to connect with our higher wisdom, our higher self, as well as our angels and spirit guides. Superb for discernment, especially when we're trying to decide where something like fear is coming from. Like, is that an intuition? Is that just like a fear I have? Is something getting triggered? Like, what is causing this feeling? celestite for sure. Lots of clarity there. Also, if you struggle with stuff like that, sometimes blue kyanite can be really helpful with that. This also helps with our experience of pain because it's very much connected with our spirit body, particularly our crown chakra. So that kind of takes our experience away from our physical body and boosts it up a little bit. So it doesn't so much make the pain go away, but it definitely shifts our focus away from it. So I hope you are doing well, and I'm glad you are here. Oh, okay, cool. Patty, some fluorite, absolutely. This helps with bringing in order to chaos, especially if this is in your personal life. If everything feels like it's just catch as catch can, you don't know what's coming and what's going. This helps to bring some relaxation and kind of that eye of the storm sort of vibe. It's wonderful for comfort, like for things like the birth of a child, for the newborn and the new mom. That whole thing is so and then they're trying to like calm down and bond after all of that chaos and no control. Fluorite is wonderful for that. So we'll bring that in. It's also, of course, thought wonderful for the health of teeth and bones because it's literally fluoride. So we'll go ahead and bring this in. There we go. Very fatigued lately. Something for fatigue. Definitely rutilated, and you're not the only one. So I'm going to actually add another stone for physical vitality. Let's go ahead and bring in Bumblebee Jasper. So this brings in a lot of mental focus as well as like that physical energy and strength and stamina. Also helps with decision making, with balancing yin and yang in the body, so general health, and for empowering manifestation. If you're struggling to like get to work, like you know what you need to do, but it's a matter of getting yourself to do it, Bumblebee Jasper, perfect choice. Helpful for confidence, positivity, motivation in general. Definitely high concentrations of both sulfur and arsenic in this specimen, so be a little on the careful side with it. And I just remembered, I think, yeah, Goddess of Four, you had mentioned your brother-in-law who's in the hospital. Let's bring in some moss agate. This is helpful for all types of infections and illnesses, and in general it can be kind of a rebalancing stone altogether. This is very highly revered in Chinese medicine. It's thought to help with connection to nature and replenishment. Wonderful for inner child and higher self work, as well as connection to unconditional love and to the sense of being surrounded by spirit. But yeah, wonderful for all different kinds of maladies. So we'll bring in moss agate. And let's also bring in tree agate after this one. So there's moss agate. There we go. Tree agate is actually sacred in Ayurveda, which is the sister science to yoga. And you might be familiar with the chakras. The system also includes the nadi, N-A-D-I, and that is the kind of smaller connections that bring energy all throughout the body. This is thought to help bring in and rebalance any kind of imbalance you might have, regardless of what direction your imbalances might be. This works to balance all of them. So very, very highly regarded in that system to bring general health and well-being physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. So I'll bring that in too. So that is tree agate. And all the best to your brother-in-law, and Susan, all the best to your niece. Your mind's a bit buzzy from inflammation. Yeah, septarian, fluorite, and also stones for inflammation, lapis, malachite, and depending on the source of inflammation, rhodonite is in there. If it's like an autoimmune thing, that can be a really helpful stone. That's there. And yeah, don't forget to like the stream, Reiki family. Thank you for the reminder, Patty. I appreciate that. Lots of love to you and Key. And Kanta, partnerships and collaborations. Ooh, definitely a good one here. Oh, and I forgot carnelian. That's been requested like twice so far. I'm so sorry. If that's a perfect one for relationships and collaborations too. Wise business decisions, power and freedom to do what's authentically yours to do, including more frequent travel to Philly. Absolutely. I can support that. So let's start with carnelian. This is very connected with the sacral chakra, and that's beneath the navel. It's associated with the color orange, like you see here. That is creativity and relationships. Relationships and how we relate to the world and everyone in it, and especially our romantic relationships, but all relationships. This can help with dispelling apathy and laziness and kind of wanting to sink your teeth into work, which also Bumblebee Jasper was helpful for. This helps with healing wounds, cold, and allergies, and also with connection to your twin flame or spiritual relationships, as well as sexuality and fertility. So we'll bring this in, but yeah, relationships in general. So that is carnelian. It's such a beautiful orange. There we go. There we go. Wonderful. And let's see. Partnership, collaboration, wise business decisions. Lapis is really helpful. It helps with boosting our connection with career and like kind of opening up those opportunities, but also open, honest communication, lots of integrity, and good follow through with commitments and things. So it's great for business partnerships. And it was actually used that way, like in trade and in gifts between leaders in different groups and countries and things like that way, way back. So that's a helpful one for that. But let's also bring about some honey calcite. This is never a bad choice. Honey calcite helps to attract the right people into your life right now, the ones who balance with you the best. This is a stone that helps to harmonize the solar plexus and the sacral. Solar plexus is the center of self, free will, what you want to do in life, what's important to you, and your individuality, where others end and you begin. So balancing that with the sacral, which we just talked about with carnelian, can be really helpful in good, healthy boundaries and finding people that kind of connect with us in that balanced and harmonious way. Also great for supporting women through menopause and just optimism when things are really not great. But in general, this is thought to attract good colleagues, friends, love interests, and like business contacts. So we'll bring this in. So that is honey calcite. Love it. And let's see. Yeah, we'll leave two there and two there. Wonderful. So it'll balance the iolate. Awesome. And freedom to do what's authentically yours to do. That honey calcite will help with that solar plexus too, including more frequent travel. Larimer is helpful with doing what's authentically yours and aligned with your highest good. Mookaite helps with making decisions aligned with your highest good. And also chrysocolla, making decisions along with your highest good. And it helps to encourage you to follow your spiritual purpose as well. This is also one that can help with connection to all things intuitive as well, especially when it comes to finding new ways to be creative to help you connect and hear your deeper voice. So this is chrysocolla, very well connected with malachite as well as azurite. They form very close together to copper. So you'll find lots of specimens that have two of the three or all three. So let's see where we will place you. I feel like this is pretty well in harmony with everyone. So let's put it all around. We can always take some away if we need some extra space, but let's go ahead and put it there. So all the best to you, Kanta. And ooh, do we have Peridot in there yet? Not yet. Okay, I'm just peeking through to see everybody's requests. Oh, thanks again for the congrats on the anniversary. I appreciate that. And let's see. Okay, so Lisa, usual request for mom's vertigo, sister's sight, and your brother's heart. Everyone else's arthritis. Gotcha. So vertigo, we have lapis. Sister's sight, eyes and ears. Well, definitely eyes and ears. We have sapphire. We also have green aventurine. And we have brother's heart. We have rhodochrosite as well as unikite and green aventurine once again. And there was one more I put in there that's good for the heart. It slipped my mind, but definitely unikite, rhodochrosite. They help with two different types of things with the heart for sure. Everyone's arthritis, malachite's really helpful for that, as is howlite. So when it comes to the bones, arthritis, joints, anything like that, howlite is super helpful. Helps with calcium absorption, osteoporosis, and osteopenia, which I definitely struggle with. And anything having to do with the joints, whether it's pain or dislocation or just healing that needs to happen, howlite has you covered. Very thought connected with hair, teeth, bones in general. Emotionally and mentally, anger, resentment, frustration, which are so tough to deal with. This is a stone that helps you to deal with those really challenging emotions because, I mean, they're not bad emotions. They're there for a reason, but at the same time, it's so hard to find a constructive way to work with them. And this is a stone that can help you to take the sting out of those emotions so that you can start to think of a better way to deal with the root causes if possible. So that is howlite. And for you, luck in financial practical matters, extra joint support, balanced energy, especially around sleeping at the right time and walking at the right time. Gotcha. Financial practical matters. We've got all the good financial stones out in red tiger eye, citrine, and pyrite. Making good financial decisions is citrine and iolite, which is right here. Sleeping, definitely with sleep cycles, is labradorite, as well as iolite too, but especially for walking at the right time. And this will also help joints and just movement in general. And for those of you who are looking for a little bit of motivation and confidence, let's do some polychrome jasper. This is one of my favorite stones. I have big pieces of it around the house. And this helps to reignite your soul's purpose and break through indifference. It's a lot of self-confidence, motivation, very connected with the lower body and movement. It really makes you want to get up and move, whether it's dancing, walking, or just moving about in any kind of way. This can be really helpful. Also very connected to the Earth Star chakra, which is beneath the root. And that's the best way to describe that. That's very connected to enacting our soul's purpose. So it's one thing to know our soul's purpose. It's another to take the steps we need to make those things happen. Polychrome jasper can be very helpful with that. So let's do, want to make sure we leave plenty of room. What is chrysoprase good for? I use it for overcoming disappointment and pivoting after things kind of don't go well. It's also great for seeing the forest for the trees if you feel like you've been at something for a really long time and you just don't think you're ever going to reach the finish line. It's great for that too. And yeah, in general, and also like putting one foot in front of the other. So if you're like, yeah, I can't wait to get this done, this helps you figure out, okay, step 1, do this, step 2, do that, especially when you have that tendency to want to skip steps to get to the end. So it can be really helpful for that. Let's also see what Cassandra Eason says about it, if she has any different feeling on it. And that's in the grid already. Oh, hi. Oh, the cats are still disappointed that they can't both fit in my lap at the same time. Oh, it's okay. You'll have a turn later, too. She mentions here something different than I do. So for green chrysoprase, a good luck charm for employment. I've never used it like that. That sounds wonderful. That sounds really cool. And also, yeah, Dell, she does use it for love too. Opens you to new love, overcoming a period of stagnation, or a sticking point in a relationship. Yeah, those are properties I've never worked with for chrysoprase, so awesome. So that again is the Complete Crystal Handbook by Cassandra Eason. Hi. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. I'm sorry. My lap is only so big. I'm sorry. It's okay. It's okay. Let's see. Hey, Allison. Oh, definitely echo with all the requests. And there's something going on in my neighborhood. Lots of helicopters if you happen to hear that. Would love to set an intention to bring in stones for rekindling a love interest and aiding the process of getting to know someone. Let's see. Carnelian is helpful, as is honey calcite. Let's see. Any others that come to mind? Can't think of any offhand that aren't already in there. There's rose quartz in there, honey calcite, and carnelian, which are the ones I would pick for that. But let me know if there's other ones for. Carnelian is good for the sacral, so everything connected with the relationships, how we relate to one another, romance, sexuality, sexual function, fertility, and in general, how we relate to the world around us, as well as creativity. So that's carnelian, gal. I did see a request, I think, for... Did I see a request for black onyx, I think? I think it was maybe Dell that requested it. Dell, yes, foot infection took 2 months to heal, but you're walking on it now. I'm so glad to hear that. Muscle pain, because it's not been used for 2 months. Yeah. Definitely for the muscles, Actually, azurite helps with muscles, as does septarian, which we were using, I think, for the wound itself. Okay, awesome. So let's do, I think I saw someone request black onyx, so I'm going to bring it in. This helps to ground fear, anxiety, and self-doubt. It's very highly protective, and it's also superb for grief. Wonderful for ancestor connection and just in general self-esteem. It's also thought to help prevent anyone who would try to play like mind games. It keeps that from working. So if you have those folks around you, black onyx for sure. And peridot was definitely requested. This helps with breaking up old habits and cycles. Great for things like prosperity and friendship, especially enforcing the friendships that help you to be the best version of yourself. Great for fidelity. Also for IBS, anything with the bowels, Crohn's, celiac like me, anger and jealousy, it's thought to help with too. So let's go ahead and just sort of sprinkle that around. It's so fun to put that in. There we go. Lots of peridot. And yeah, lots of alignment today. I love how all of you support each other in the chat too. Oh, wow. Cool. Oh, love it. Yeah, marshmallow root I think is used for that. I'm not an herbalist, so I'm not super well versed in any of that stuff. So far be it from me to start chatting about stuff I don't know, especially with herbs. Definitely talk to somebody who knows their stuff. But it's one that can like dry you out from the inside too. Ah, that's where I saw. Okay, I don't have my ametrine. I don't have diamond or K2 or obsidian sheen or black opal or that other opal. Quantum Quattro, which sounds really cool. Or flame aura quartz. Unfortunately, I don't have those. Oh, but somebody did request clear quartz, so let's put that in there. So unfortunately, Dell, I don't have those that you requested. But let's bring in that clear quartz. Let's see. So clear quartz helps with, it's basically like a blank slate and an amplifier. So you can use a clear quartz to stand in for any crystal that you don't have. You can basically hold it and just focus on what your intention is and essentially like program it to be like a talisman for exactly that. So you can DIY your own crystal in a sense. You can also use them if they're carved to like send energy where you want them to go. Like this one, this was a gift from one of my friends on Jewelers Row, I believe, or was this a gift from one of you? I think it was Jewelers Row. But yeah, this would be like a stone that might be considered a generator, like it points intentions up. You can put this on top of a whatever you're manifesting if you have like a vision board or anything like that. And so I'll put that one here. And I'm also going to go ahead and put in our favorite carved bead of the two fish. The symbol of the two fish in Chinese medicine is very powerful. If you're familiar with the yin-yang symbol, that symbol, which is the black and white, and it's basically like in a circle, but there's almost like an S curve in the middle between the two, and those dots of each other. In the height of one, it gives way to the other. It's meant to depict motion and movement. That's what chi or ki is. That's what you want, is you want it to move. You don't want it to stagnate, and you want it to move within balance. And that's what this is essentially depicting, is that balance. So we'll go ahead and bring this in as well. Let's actually move you over here, and you over here, and you back in place. Awesome. So, okay, cool. So I'm going to grab the couple last requests that are in there now so we can get to the Reiki. Oh, this is a beautiful grid. Okay, cool. So black onyx is in there. Blue sky, good to see you. And let's do epidote. Oop. I love burdock. I love putting that in my soups. I find when I get like really congested in the winter time, I love lotus root and burdock in my soups. Really helps me. Not so much as like an herb that's been like, you know, concentrated. More like just in my soup, as I think that it really helps me. Sunstone, flower agate. Leopard skin jasper. Okay, so these I guess will be our last buddies because we're about full. And so let's go ahead and, yeah, burdock grows wild all around Philly. So leopard skin jasper helps with our animal companions. It's wonderful for any connection to our animal companions, as well as healing and connection to our animal guides and guardians. This also helps anything impacting the skin, as well as coordination and balance. So this is another stone that can be helpful for Lisa's mom. So we'll go ahead and bring this in. So that is, so cool. Let's see, put you here. Whoop. There we go. Whoop. There we go. Epidote helps with recovery from illness and injury, and also helps with the way that we speak to ourselves, our like internal monologue, if you will, to be kinder to ourselves. Helps with that negative self-talk that, you know, I'm terrible at this, that kind of stuff. Also great for the nervous system, the skin, the brain, and it's really indicated as something that's recommended in cases of Parkinsonism too. So let's go ahead and place this here, here, and if it looks a lot like Unakite, that's because epidote is in Unakite. Sunstone helps with, for those of you who might be looking for employment or jobs or marketing yourselves, this helps all of that. It helps to raise your prominence, get recognized, be seen. It helps with things like luck and just good luck in general. Wonderful for bringing new opportunities within your career space, and for just opportunities in general. It's helpful too for expanding your vision of what you are capable of and what you can achieve. So it's great for goal setting. So that is orange sunstone. So let's find a space for all of you. Let's see. Oop. Let's say and here. Hey, we made it work. We made it work, everyone. Flower agate. Let's see if I have any room. So flower agate helps us to see ourselves blossom. It helps us to see the changes we've made, and it helps us to see where we're going and kind of set goals too. This is one that definitely helps us to see how we've grown, how we've matured, how we've blossomed, and it encourages us to keep going. So, beautiful stone. And I will go ahead and place that right here at the top. Not sure if you can see it there. I guess not. Let's try here. A little bit. You can see it a little bit there. Let's do... Ta-da! Yay! Okay. Awesome. So that is our grid for today. It is very, very full. I'm going to go ahead and take this actually and place this right here. There we go. Less full. Wonderful. So that is our grid for today. Thank you everyone so much for being here. Grateful for all of you. So for those of you who are new here, this is a lot of fun. I'm going to go ahead and explain a little bit about how this works, what Reiki is, how to make the most of your session, and to help me boost the energy of the grid and of where you are at, go ahead and drop into the chat and click the live chat button, click the like button if you haven't already. And in the live chat, go ahead and share anything that you're grateful for, anything at all. And that'll help boost the energy. And if you are already comfortable, or if you're watching this as a video replay, take a deep breath in and out and think of all the things you're grateful for. It'll shift the energy just the same. So I'm going to go ahead and explain a little bit, and then we will transition into the healing. Yeah, it's a very beautiful, very dynamic, very well packed and lovely grid. Well done, everyone. So as I mentioned at the top of the stream, my name's Danielle Stimpson. I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia. And if you want to learn more about my live online Reiki certification classes, if you want to schedule a one-on-one distance healing or tarot reading, shop my Reiki charged crystals, go ahead over to learnreikiphiladelphia.com, which is linked in the description. And I invite you to save 15% on all distance sessions, all in-person sessions over 2 hours, all crystals, and all Reiki classes through the end of this year. That classes never go on sale. So that's through the 1st of October, and that's with coupon code 15years. All together, no spaces. 15 years to celebrate 15 years of teaching Usui Reiki. Thank you for being a part of my small business. I deeply appreciate you all. So what is Reiki? Well, Reiki has become more or less a catch-all term for energy healing. Specifically, I work with Usui Reiki. This is one practice of working with that energy that was created by Mikao Usui in the early 1920s in Japan during a really difficult time in Japan's history. You could kind of get away with teaching spiritual things, but they could not look anything like religion. So this particular practice is deeply spiritual, yet completely secular. And I think that's a big part of why we in the West love it so much. So the very concept of what energy is at its core in Usui Reiki comes from Shintoism, which is the indigenous spirituality of Japan, in which, to say the least, everyone and everything has a soul. And all of that soul energy is interconnected. We're inextricably linked. And spirit, however you would define it in this case, basically provides that soul energy that makes us more than just the living clump of cells that we are, our true spirit and soul. And that energy is flowing through all of us all the time. And our body, mind, and spirit are always working with that energy to help bring us into the best sort of natural balance and healing moment to moment that we can just achieve in our regular everyday life. Today, what I'll essentially be doing is using Usui's techniques to connect to that energy and direct more of it to you, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, in whatever way will be the most helpful to you today. Your body will be essentially dictating that for you. So during this session, you may feel some physical sensations. Emotionally, you may have some things rise up or some emotions be released. Mentally, you may be able to get some clarity, maybe parse things out or hear your subconscious. Spiritually, you may get some deep intuitions or clarity or sudden ideas or inspirations, and you may also have a really relaxing nap. And more than likely, your particular time will be some perfect balance of all of the above. So during the session, to receive the Reiki, just be open to it just by even saying it to yourself or being here. That's all you need to do. You don't need to focus on anything. You don't need to keep your mind silent or quiet. The Reiki will meet you exactly where you are. I generally recommend that you go ahead and find a place to sit or lay down that you feel comfortable, and go ahead and close your eyes and just chill and let the beautiful music and vibes kind of take you to the next place. At the same time, you don't have to remain still. You can certainly move around, stretch, bend. You could even do some yoga during, play some music, journal, throw some cards down for yourself. Whatever you feel like you'd like to do during this time, there's no wrong way to enjoy it. It's absolutely yours. The session will last 25 minutes, during which time I will turn the lights down. You'll notice that they'll move gently and slowly from one color to the next. At no point will they flash or strobe, so you're good there. And the music, if you enjoy it, definitely check out the link at the bottom of the description to learn about our musical creator. You can learn more about her website or her channel, so you can go ahead and enjoy that. And at the end of the 25-minute session, you'll hear my voice welcome you back, encouraging you to take a deep breath in and out, slowly return. And at that time, I'll be able to re-engage with chat and answer any of your questions or hear anything that came up for you, anything that you enjoyed more during the session. And I'm here 5 times a week, so you can always stop by, request some help and stuff live in the chat. You can also check out the past healing live stream anytime. Reiki is more than what we have in our dimensional reality. So while we as humans can only be in one place at one time, Reiki is everywhere all the time. So whenever you're finding this video, the healing is there for you. And if you ever do need some healing when I'm not live, just go ahead to our past healing live stream playlist. Pick any old video at random or that you feel inclined to give a shot to. Oh, we've got a Hattie. And you can go ahead and enjoy the healing whenever you find it. So thank you so much for being here. It's an honor and a privilege to share this healing with all of you. I deeply appreciate you spending some time with me. And definitely hit that like button if you find this helpful, and that subscribe button if you want to come back for some more. So let's go ahead over and transition into the healing. Ta-da! Wow, that's a beautiful grid. Well done, everyone. And I'm loving all of the intentions. Oh, awesome, Joanna. Thank you. And Gail, it's so good to see you again, too. Oh, we're grateful for you, too. Awesome. Yes, definitely hit that like button. It actually really helps. It's weird how YouTube, it's like very mysterious how YouTube does what it does as far as like promoting things, but apparently likes really help. But thank you all for being here. That's the most important thing. So I'm going to go ahead, get ready to send this healing to you. Go ahead and enjoy, and just remember, there's no wrong way to spend this 25 minutes. I'll see you at the end, and enjoy that session. Oh, and as a reminder, this is one of 2 streams I do every Friday. I will be back at 8 p.m. East Coast US time with another round of Reiki. I invite you now to take a deep breath in and out. I apologize, there seems to be a low internet warning. So, oh, the video's back. I invite you now to take a deep breath in and out and slowly come back to your body. If you need, you can wiggle your fingers and toes. Thank you so much for being here. If you have any questions or anything to share, please go ahead and use the chat. Oh, thanks, Lila Ray. I'm so glad that that was helpful. Go ahead and run. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Hope to see you again soon. I had lots of good ideas during too. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that, Dell. And I apologize for the background noise. There's multiple helicopters hovering right overhead right now. You're welcome, Gail and Lisa. And that coupon code for the website for sessions, as long as your session is booked before the 2nd of October, as long as it's scheduled prior to that date. It doesn't matter when the session lands. I just got a request from someone. So yeah, as long as you schedule and put your session on the books before the 2nd of October, it can be as far in advance as you want. And you can still save that 15%. You're so welcome, Sue. Lots of love to you and Greg and Dexter. Same to you, Dell. You're welcome, Lisa. And you're welcome, Catherine and Patty and Key. I'm going to go ahead and get ready to go ahead and take a little bit of a leave. Go ahead and eat some dinner, and I will be back at 8 p.m. if you'd like some more Reiki. And of course, as always, I'll be back Sunday at 8 p.m. So if you want to get some more Reiki before your work week, stop on by. Thank you so much for being here. Have you ever had anyone have an out-of-body experience during Reiki? Yes, it's actually kind of common. Yeah, that can absolutely happen, Lori. I've had a few myself. Yeah, sometimes we call it the Reiki place, like where we feel like we're out of our body. Oh, Blue Sky, you got the tingles too. Oh, that's wonderful, Lori. I'm so glad. Definitely write down like your experience, because it'll be wonderful for you to look back on it in the future too. Oh, I'm so glad. Oh, thank you for sharing that with us. Thank you for sharing, Lori. I hope you have a wonderful weekend too. I know it's already late where you are, so Lori and Dell, have a beautiful evening. Yeah. Awesome. So, with an abundance of gratitude, I'm going to go ahead and bow out here. Thank you so much for being here today. It's an honor and a privilege as always. So, take care. I hope to see you again soon, and bye for now.